start the Fun in the Sun webinar this week, and I'd like to introduce everybody that is going to be speaking. So Eloise, you're on the screen at the moment. You're muted currently. So if you want to tell us who you are, where you're from, and what your prize is today, please.
Yes, hello everyone. It's Eloise here, representing the Seychelles, but sadly based in London, not the Seychelles. Yeah, we'll be taking you through the Seychelles presentation today. Our prize will be a Seychelles beach bag with a sarong and a couple of other little goodies in there for your next trip to the Seychelles.
Super, thank you very much. And your colleagues on as well. Karen, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you again. Today we'll have Eloise telling you a bit about the island. So I'm just here for support, as you can see.
Excellent. Well, welcome back. We've also got Luke. Luke, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Hello, everybody. I'm Luke. I'm the BDM for Blue Diamond Resorts in the UK. And today I'll be talking to you about our amazing hotel, our Planet Hollywood Cancun Hotel. And my prize is £50 via the reward program today.
Super, thank you very much. And welcome, Luke. And last but not least, we've got Shanika and Donovan. Guys, do you want to introduce yourself? Not that you need much intro.
Hi everyone, I'm Shanika representing Jamaica Tourist Board, and we will be talking about all the fun activities to do in Jamaica, the sunny island of Jamaica. Our prize today is £50 on Jamaica Rewards. So keep an ear out and answer all the questions at the end.
Super. Well, let's start the webinar. We're going to be moving to Cancun first. Luke, over to you. Show us your fun in the sun.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. Let me share my screen. Okay, so first of all, like I say, I've introduced myself. I'm Luke, the Business Development Manager for the UK, and I look after all the Blue Diamond Resorts brands. And one of our newest brands actually is Planet Hollywood. So we have two properties what fall under the Planet Hollywood brand. First one we opened a couple of years ago, which was Costa Rica, which is doing really well for us. And recently, January 2021, we opened this amazing hotel, which we're going to talk about today, which is our Planet Hollywood Cancun Hotel. As you can see from this picture, it is a very large property. It's all inclusive, and it's got over 1,000 rooms, which is about average really when we look at properties as an all-inclusive in Cancun. The location of the property is a place called Costa Mejiras, which is a newfound area of Cancun. It's about 45 minutes away from the airport, and it's about 20 minutes away from downtown Cancun. So it's easy enough accessible if you wanted to go and have a bit of a mad night downtown Cancun, not a problem. And obviously it's easy enough for taxis and local buses to get to and from the area as well. So what is Planet Hollywood? So a couple of the main features really what we have there is we're very family friendly. Okay, so we offer free Wi-Fi throughout the whole of the resort. You get this not just in designated areas like some of our competitors, we get this throughout the whole of the resort. Even on the beach, you can get still the Wi-Fi. We've got kids clubs. The kids clubs range from the age of 4 to 12. And again, they are open every single day. And we also have teen clubs as well. So that's from the age of 13 to 17. So again, kids can mingle and, you know, make new friends on holiday of a similar age. And then kids clubs, you will have things like soft play, playgrounds, latest games consoles. We even do things like arts and crafts, and we also give prizes out as well to the kids if they've done something obviously above and beyond. So we really look after the children when it comes down to all of our resorts. Our rooms are very modern. So a luxury junior suite is our standard. And I'll run through a couple of slides time what room categories we do have in resort. But we feature all the sort of latest gadgets really within all of our rooms. So we have things like USB charging stations. We've got our dream beds, which are custom made in Canada. We've got flat screen TVs with satellite television. And you can order room service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from your TV. How amazing is that? Some of our room categories will have things like jacuzzi baths on your balcony. We have jacuzzi baths in some of the rooms as well. And again, I'll touch on them a bit later on for you in a couple of slides time. We also offer what we call online room selector. So if you've never heard of this before, this is something what only Blue Diamond Resorts offer as a hotelier. So our Royalton properties offer this as well. So once you've made a reservation for your customers, they can actually go on to planethollywoodresorts.com and pre-select their room before they travel. Now, this does come at a slight cost. So your leading room category will start at $60 to pre-book your room. And that is a guaranteed room as well. So if you've been before and you liked the room location where you was before and you wanted the same room, as long as it's available for the dates of obviously your vacation, your duration of your holiday, you can pre-book that, not a problem. Our restaurants are all reservation free, okay? So it's a first come, first serve. We have 11 a la carte restaurants on site at Planet Hollywood Cancun. So you will not have an issue getting into any one of our a la carte restaurants at all. All our drinks as well served, like I say, we are all inclusive. All our drinks that are served are international branded. So you will know exactly what you're drinking. If you've got basically a preference, you know, what you like, I'm almost certain that we will have that available in resort for you as well. And the last thing is our sports events guarantee. So we have a sports bar on site, and any major sporting events will be available in the sports bar for you to go and watch. And also we've put things like pool tables in there as well, so you can go and have a game of pool if you wanted to. A couple of other things what we've done actually at Planet Hollywood, which we haven't done for any of our other brands, is we've got an app you can download as well before you travel. And on that app will tell you all the daily listings of entertainment, nighttime entertainment. It will tell you basically anything in resort, what we've got going on. And also there's a resort map. I mean, as we first started on that first slide, you did see how sort of large the property is. You will need a resort map, so you can have that on your phone absolutely fine. The other thing what we offer, which is a bit unique actually to Planet Hollywood, is we offer you a soundtrack. So when you're checking in for the first time, you'll be asked if you want to create a soundtrack. So if you're a big fan of a certain band or some kind of genre of music, you can set that up. And when you go to your room for the first time, that music will be playing in your room. The answer to your next question is yes, you can turn it off. Don't worry. Okay. So if you don't want to listen to the music, you can turn it off, not a problem. However, your soundtrack will be downloaded to your app. So if you are around the pool, on the beach, and you want to listen to a bit of music and the soundtrack what's been created for you, that will be on your app to listen to whenever you like. Okay. The other thing with Planet Hollywood, if you didn't know this, actually, the brand started from 4 movie stars. It started from Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've got Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, and Demi Moore, who all started the brand. So if you don't know what Planet Hollywood is, it's a hotel which has a lot of movie memorabilia around. It's basically the same concept as what the Hard Rock hotels are doing, but on a movie base. So if you've got any movie fans, movie fanatics, or anybody who likes the Hard Rock brand really, will enjoy what Planet Hollywood has to offer. I'm going to go through a couple of pictures and show you where our pools are. And obviously you can see the sizing. There's not an issue when it comes down to any sun loungers whatsoever. There's plenty around. And this is what we call, this is one of our famous pools, which we call the Walk of Fame, which is our probably most popular pool we have there. You can upgrade your customers to Star Class. What this basically does is give your customers a VIP exclusive access area to we have things like premium drinks. We've got, you'll get allocated a butler service. You get a preferred room location, so you're guaranteed to be in the best location of that property. You get complimentary access to the hydrotherapy pool in the spa. You get 1 hour free every single day. You get a pillow menu, and you also get a lounge area, which is just for the Star Class guests only. We also offer something called adult scene. So if you want to have, if you want to get away from the main sort of pool areas and the main areas of the hotel, we've got the adult scene area, which has got an extra 332 rooms. This is an adults only segregated part of the hotel. So you get your own pool areas, you get your own private part of the beach, you get your own entertainment, even your own restaurants. The beauty of anyone who's staying in adult scene is that you get to use the full facilities of the main hotel as well. So it's a bit of a 2-for-1 hotel if you book somebody in the adult scene area. As I've mentioned, we've got a lot of room categories here. So we start at the junior suite. We've got ocean views, we've got swim up rooms. We've got the entourage suites, which is our family room selection. We've got our director's suites where we've got 1 and 2 bedrooms and also swim out option. And then we've got our top end, which is our producer suites, where we offer 2 and 3 bedroomed producer suites and also a 2-bedroom swim out room. Some of these are only available under the Star Class category. So you would have to book your customer into Star Class before they start offering some particular room categories there for you. This is our leading room. As you can see, nice and spacious. Facility wise, again, got all the modern facilities in there, as I've already mentioned. And this is obviously the view you'll get if you book one of our amazing swim up rooms. And this is our top end presidential suite, which has actually got its own pool table in there as well. We have an area called Crave. And this is where we've put all of our restaurants. So it's nice and easy for you to find where all the restaurants are. So as I've mentioned earlier, we've got 11 restaurants on site. So we have anything from our buffet restaurant to teppanyaki. We've got steakhouse, Mexican, Italian and Indian. We've even got a Guy's burger joint. Now, being from the UK, Guy's is not a big sort of burger name we have here, but I've heard from, especially from North America, Guy's burger joint is quite a big deal. So we have one of those on site as well. We've even got our Shores Beach restaurant, our Sixth Sense, which is our chef table, and our Star Class option as well there. And again, just an overview of what our restaurants look like on site there for you. We have 9 bars. Okay, so we've got the Overtime Sports Bar, we've got our Premier Bar, Twist Social Bar, we've got a pool bar, we've even got our own coffee house on site as well. So if you are a coffee fanatic like myself, it's free coffee, which is amazing. We've even got the Blue Lagoon Lazy River Grotto. So yes, we do have a lazy river what goes around the whole of the resort. Halfway around that lazy river, we have put a bar. So you could be on your dinghy enjoying yourself on that lazy river, stop, have a couple of tequilas and continue around that lazy river. How amazing is that? And I just wanted to show you a picture of our fully stocked bar actually, and you can see on there there's a lot of brands, which there's certainly a couple on there which are my favorite tipples on there, so I'm sure there's plenty on there for you guys as well and your customers you send to our property. That's not me before you ask, I wish. But we do have a fully equipped gym on site, which has got all the latest gadgets in there. We've got all the free weights in there as well. And we do things like boot camps as well. So if anybody wants to really get stuck into any of our gym sort of regimes, that kind of thing, we offer that in resort. And you can also hire a personal trainer who will then obviously set a regime for you whilst you're in resort. We've even got a world-class spa on site as well called PH Spa. Again, this is the hydrotherapy pool, which you can obviously, your guests can use if they're in the Star Class. However, obviously, if you want any treatments, that kind of thing, it will be an extra cost, which you'll pay locally in resort. Experiences. So this webinar is obviously fun in the sun, and this is where the fun starts. So we've actually got our own trampoline park on site. Now, unfortunately, all of these will come at an extra cost, again, which you'll pay locally in resort. We call this Planet Play, okay? So again, like I say, you've got your trampoline park. We have things like golf simulators. We've got escape rooms here. I've already mentioned about the kids clubs and teen clubs. We've even got our own cinema on site, which is free of charge, and that holds up to 76 people. We've got a 9-hole mini golf course on site as well. And I just wanted to show you obviously the cost in resort, what you will pay. So 30 minutes on the trampolines is only $10 US. If you want to go for the full hour, if you've got that much energy, it will cost you $17 US per person. And as you can see, there's plenty of other activities there which you can really take advantage of whilst you're in resort. We have 2 splash parks for the children. One of them is based on Jurassic Park, and the other one is based on the Pirates of the Caribbean. We've also got something called Labyrinth, which is a huge maze, which is in the center of the resort. And we also have the Flow Rider. So if anybody wants to have that surfboard experience, we can offer that in resort as well. Weddings, we cover all kind of weddings, beach weddings, garden weddings, 2-person wedding, 300 people wedding, it doesn't matter. We've got a lot of option, and you'll be allocated a wedding coordinator if you book any of our Planet Hollywood weddings. And we also offer the traditional Asian weddings as well, which is our Bollywood weddings, which is obviously with the movie theme. Excuse me. We also have our PH store and memorabilia shop. So if anybody wants to buy anything to take home as gifts or souvenirs, you can take advantage of using our shop. We've also got our poolside cabanas, which you can rent out. They start from $100 US for the day, where you have your own private hot tub. You get a butler service and a TV in there as well. And also on site, we've got our own excursion sort of shop where you can go in and guests can obviously book their excursions. The last thing I just want to talk about is our reward program. As you can see, Royalton, Planet Hollywood and Starfish are on there, but the Planet Hollywood one is what we're talking about today. Planet Hollywood rewards.co.uk. Sign up, please, and start logging your bookings, and you can claim up to £20 per booking. And I just want to finish off with a quick video just to showcase really what we've just gone over. Thank you very much for your time, and hope you enjoy. Sorry, what's happened there? That again. Thank you very much.
Super, thank you very much, Luke. Certainly fun in the sun there. So now we're going to move across to Jamaica. We've got Shanika and Donovan, and we're going to transport us. Over to you guys.
Thank you so much. So we are going to be talking about the beautiful destination of Jamaica and all the fun things to do in Destination Jamaica. I'm your presenter, Shanika Ramsey. I cover the Midlands and North of the UK. My colleague Torrance is in the South and he's based in office. His email address is on screen if you ever need to contact him, as well as Donovan Donaldson, who covers the southern part of the UK. Do contact us for anything that you need, any promotional items to promote Jamaica to your clients. We'll be more than happy to assist you. There is a QR code on screen. If you would like to capture this QR code, you can save my contact details, mobile number, email address, very easy to your phone. So please go ahead and do so. Right, just to transport you to the beautiful island of Jamaica and tell you all about the fun activities in the sun, we are going to start with a quick video.
Feel the pulse, feel the vibe, feel it in your heart. Sunshine smiling warm up inside your heart, feeling of pure love, oh Jamaican heartbeat, dancing to the beat up inside your heart. Whoa. Heartbeat of the world, oh Jamaican heartbeat. Jamaican heartbeat. Jamaica. Can you feel it? Jamaican heartbeat. Love it. Heartbeat of the world.
Jamaica, heartbeat of the world.
So instead of saying non-stop fun, in Jamaica, we'll say fun can done. So talking about fun in the sun activities in the Jamaica, we are going to tell you where exactly Jamaica is located. Jamaica is located in the Caribbean Sea, very calm waters surrounding our beautiful island. And if you want to explore the marine activities, it's perfect to do that because the sea is not very rough. So ideal for surfing, if you want to go catamaran cruises, you name it. Quick facts about the destination before we head into the activities is that our capital is Kingston, but you might be more familiar with Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, or Negril, seeing that Brits do tend to love to go to the northern part of the island. Our official language is English, but we do speak our native language, which is Patois. We're best known for Blue Mountain coffee, reggae music. This month is Reggae Month in Jamaica, so tune in online. You'll see lots of reggae music and events, streaming events online. If you would like the link, let us know and we can share that to you. And you can watch live reggae music straight from Jamaica to your homes here in the UK. Getting to Jamaica is very easy. We do have direct flights from the UK to Jamaica. So head out to have an amazing time, especially send your clients, let them know that the travel authorization form is still required. However, it's very simple to do. Once they visit, go on to visitjamaica.com. Go to the Jamaica Carers Resource Center, all the information that they need to travel to Jamaica, protocols and staying in resort is loaded onto this website, and they can complete their 7 days travel authorization form on the same website. So very simple, very straightforward. We're best known for activities, which we'll be speaking about soon, the best experiences, events, and you have to talk about the food when you're talking about Jamaica. Our resident chef Donovan is online, and I know he will give you a list of recipes and suggestions if you talk to him in the chat. Today, this weekend is Valentine's. He will give you some great tips in terms of what to do to spice up that special dinner at home this weekend. So why Destination Jamaica? We have warm weather all year round. We have a very diverse product range, vibrant culture, speaking about the natural beauty of Jamaica and the infrastructure. We have 6 main resort areas, but today we will focus on Montego Bay, which we call the complete resort, Ocho Rios, or centerpiece of Jamaica, and the Negril area, or capital of casual. Here is a map. So most times we will have direct flights going into Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, especially if visitors want to go to Negril, Montego Bay, or Ocho Rios. However, we do have another airport. Major commercial airlines do travel into Kingston at the Norman Manley International Airport. And here's where the fun begins. We do have over 175 attractions. So whatever the budget, whatever the preference or interest, Jamaica will cater to every experience there is under the sun. And going deep into the resort towns for Montego Bay, we're not going to load you with over 175. We're going to tell you a handful of the top activities for each resort areas. So visit the Hip Strip, landing in Montego Bay. It's 5 minutes away from the airport. There's great beaches. Montego Bay is great for nightlife if you want to have some fun. This month is reggae month, as I mentioned. So just imagine you're in Jamaica, you're on the Hip Strip, having fun at a nightclub in Jamaica, celebrating Valentine's. The championship golf courses are located in Montego Bay as well. For more relaxing, romantic experience, you can go rafting on the Martha Brae. Or if you like the thrill and scary experiences, try the Rosal Great House. And although scary, you can get married, funny enough, at Rosal Great House. So a 2-in-1 for you there. So speaking about golfing, just look how stunning this location is. You know, we have very, very picturesque locations for golfing. You can enjoy the greens right close to the sea, feeling that Caribbean breeze just blowing against you. Amazing. But if you want to get off the greens, get into that warm sea, try the seahorse experience. It's one of the unique and activities that you can do, and it's very, very cool. So zip wiring, if you're not scared of heights, this is really, really fun, taking the scene of the lush landscape around you. Or if you want to get dirty and have some fun, go ATVs, off-road, quad biking experience. Just to let you really feel the experience of fun in the sun, here are some quick videos. So that's Choco Caribbean, and that location is Good Hope, just 20 minutes outside of Montego Bay. So Ocho Rios, we arrive in Montego Bay, heading to Ocho Rios about 1 hour 45 minutes. What's some of the top attractions? Try Duns River Falls, walking up that falls, 9 miles, the birthplace of Bob Marley. This month is his birthday. February the 6th was his birthday. Try where he was born and laid to rest at 9 miles, as well as Mystic Mountain with a cool bobsledding experience. That's the wonderful picture of Duns River Falls. If you look behind Donovan's video right now, you'll see him trying to climb, all decked out in his jacket. And the Mystic Mountain, the bobsledding experience, they have expanded. So a lot more activities that you can do. My treat for you is that when you send clients, tell them to try the Ragamuffin experience. And just to give you a visual of these attractions, here we go.
Jamaica, heartbeat of the world.
So have a splash of fun in Jamaica in the sun. And heading over to Negril, if landing in Montego Bay is just 1 hour, 45 minutes, and we're now going west of the island. So some of the top attractions, just looking at that stretch, you're looking at the beautiful landscape of Negril, your destination for capital of casual, as I mentioned. If sun worshippers don't enjoy this resort, then hey, let them try the nightlife experiences in Montego Bay to dance all day. We can do live reggae music on the beach. We have the Rick's Cafe for sunset viewing. This is a stretch, and you see that long stretch of beach. You can walk along that long stretch of beach. It's actually parallel to the road coming into Negril from Montego Bay. So beautiful, beautiful location. None of the properties, they're taller than a palm tree. It's very eco-friendly, very small, boutique type of resort. So catamaran cruises go up to the Rick's Cafe for you to watch the sunset and to visually take you there. Here are some great videos.
The world.
Right, so we can't speak about Jamaica and the fun in the sun and not talk about some red stripe and some jerk chicken. So take some tips. Your resident chef is there. If you need the ingredients for jerk, it's Valentine's weekend. Let's celebrate and take you on this experience so you get inspired this weekend.
Montego Bay, Jamaica. This is our #1 jerk up. My name is Westmore Allen. I'll be your chef for this minute. Because of this video, I'm gonna remove the moth. So, thank you. And now we're gonna explain our jerk chicken, which is the #1 and always gonna be #1. Also, we start from Grandma Kitchen. Without Grandma Kitchen, there will be no kitchen. As I said, Grandma cooking is the best. So now we're gonna show you the first ingredient, step of the ingredients of making the #1 jerk chicken. First, we have our pimento here, which we're gonna be grinding with our ginger, our Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper, locally grown, our Jamaican thyme, which is also locally grown, our scallion, which is the #1, our garlic, and also our pineapple. This is where we're gonna blend to make our wet rub. So this is the end of the wet rub that will be. Here we're gonna have our salt and pepper for the dry rub. We go with salt, onions, the sauce, which make #1 for the chicken. Over here now we're gonna go over to our red stripe for the chicken. So we put the red stripe right here, which is make it much more flavorful. Now we're gonna cut to the plate. The smaller the cut, it's better it is. Because it's finger licking, melt in your mouth. Here we go with our jerk right here. Also we have our sides with our Jamaican roast potato. Our locally made bread right here. Our patties, which is chicken patty. And also we have our sauce here that make the chicken more delicious. And at the end of it, if you don't have a red stripe, you can't have a Jamaican chicken. So this what's cool the chicken down. And also if you don't want to have it from the tin, you can have it from the glass right here. Anyone, it's easier for you. Welcome to Jamaica. Hoping to see you. We are all waiting for you. Love you all. Take care.
So a few tips. Add your red stripe to your chicken, cut in small bites, and always add your sauce. Have a wonderful Valentine's weekend, everyone. And this is our communication hub. So if you take a screenshot or use your phone, you can scan this code. You'll have our website or contact details or events page all in one location. So this is very, very handy. Whether it's in-person or online events, everything you need is on this website. Again, I'm Shanika. We have Donovan with us here today as well. And we will be happy to hear from you. Any promotional activities that you want to do for yourselves, do let us know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shanika and Donovan, for all your questions that you've been answering in the chat. So much appreciated. We're now going to leave the Caribbean and we're going to move over to my part of the world. I'm waving to you at the moment. We're close, we're moving to the Seychelles. Thanks, Karen, and thanks, Eloise.
Good morning, good afternoon again, everybody. Sorry, my slides seem to have started in the middle, so let me scooch back a little bit. Okay. So whatever your version of fun in the sun may be, whether it be flopping on a beach somewhere for 10 days or getting out there, sampling the local life, getting involved in local activities, Seychelles really has something for everybody. Start with a very brief history. So we were first settled by the French. We've gotten our language side from the French. We speak Creole as national language, and that's sort of like pidgin broken French. And then taken over by the British, and a lot is sort of remained from our British colonial days. We follow the British rule of law, we drive on the same side of the road, right down to our little miniature Big Ben, which you can see in the middle of our capital, Victoria there. The Seychelles as a destination is very, very diverse, from its people, its culture, and right down to its islands. So we are quite unique in the sense that we offer, first of all, 115 islands altogether. So it's an amazing island hopping destination. But on top of that, we have a mix of islands. So we have 41 granitic islands, which are very large in size, very lush, very green, as you can see on the pictures there. And they tend to be the living islands. So where we have our population base. So clients have a lot to see and do there. Really lots of opportunities to get involved with locals and the local culture and such. And then as you move out through the Seychelles waters, you encounter the Coraline Islands, which are a lot more a bit more like your Maldivian setup. So they're much smaller in size, very flat, low-lying islands, and they tend to be the one island, one resort type establishments. So the more islands a client sees in a visit to the Seychelles, the richer their experience of the destination. As I mentioned, the islands themselves are one very different from the other, but the people on the islands as well have their own little quirks. So, they give the islands their character. So it's really all about the island hopping in the Seychelles. There's no right or wrong time to visit. So, when other parts of the world are experiencing bad weather, cyclones, what have you, Seychelles is pretty constant year round. We're just 4 degrees south of the equator. So the weather doesn't change too much. We're governed by trade winds, and all that means is one half of the year the breeze picks up and it's a little bit breezier and cooler, and then the other half of the year is a lot calmer, so the seas are calmer, but it can feel a little bit more muggy at that time of the year. And then I suppose the key time of the year to remember is December through to February is when we receive a little bit more rain. It's not incessant rainfall, it's not a deterrent, it's still one of our peak seasons for the Seychelles. It's just we record more rainfall at that time. Getting there, you're really quite spoiled for choice for the Seychelles. Unfortunately, we've lost our direct flight out of the UK, which was with British Airways as a result of COVID. But we're still very, very well connected. We've got all the Middle Eastern carriers, Emirates, Qatar, Etihad via their respective hubs. And they give you great sort of city break and then beach destination twinning options as well. And great connectivity. Their turnaround time between the hub and getting on the plane to the Seychelles is only 2 to 3 hours. And then you've got your African carriers as well, your Ethiopian, Kenyan Airways. Via Europe, you've got direct flights with Air France, with Condor out of Germany as well, and Turkish Airlines as well. So lots and lots of options from wherever you are. In the destination itself, getting around is very easy. It can seem a little daunting sometimes, I suppose, putting together an island hopping program if you haven't been to the destination yourself. But once you get there, you realize everything is so smooth running. Everything centers out of the main island of Mahe. So you land into Mahe, and more often than not, it's Mahe that you'll use as a hub to go to the other islands. You've got the option of inter-island flights, inter-island ferry. Or if your clients have a little bit more pocket money to spend, there's also the good old chopper for the more scenic route around the islands. The ferry does the crossing between Mahe, Praia and La Digue 3 times a day. And that's on a schedule, a morning ferry, noon ferry, and evening ferry. And that's a mere 45-minute to an hour crossing. The inter-island flights between Mahe and Praia, again on a schedule, every 15 minutes or so, from something like 6 in the morning till about 6:30 in the evening. So very, very easy to connect. And then the outer islands tend to have 1 or 2 flights a day only, but that will be factored in when you make the booking to the resort. So that's quite easy to work out as well. I won't take you through all 115 islands, don't worry. We'll just look at the 3 main islands, Mahe, Praia and La Digue. Typically, those are the ones that most people sort of get to see in a sort of, let's say, 10-night stay to the Seychelles. Mahe, as I mentioned, is the largest island. It's the heart of the Seychelles, where the bulk of the population are based. Being the sort of main island, it's got a great infrastructure of roads. It's quite a large island, so it's not the sort that you can sort of walk around, for example. But as I mentioned, great infrastructure of roads. So very easy to rent a car, for example, and go around the island at your own leisure, stopping at any of the sort of 65 beaches we have scattered around, the coast of Mahe. Wide range of accommodation here as well, so something for everybody. Good bus network as well, if that's the way your clients want to do it as well. I should say the northern part of the island, which is right at the top of the map there in that very deep bay, that's Beauvallon area. And if your clients want sort of resorts where they can step out of their room and right onto, other bars, local restaurants, a bit of, life activities going on. This is the sort of area for them. It's also the only beach in the Seychelles where motorized water sports is allowed. So if you've got keen, water sports enthusiasts, that's where they'd want to be based. From Beauvallon as well, it's a mere 10-minute trip to Victoria. So it's very, very easy to sort of get to the center as well. If your clients want a little bit more peace and quiet, a little bit more remote, then the other side of the island down south is probably more for them. But again, here I'd say rental car is a good option because they're not isolated down south. They can still get up and go out and see the rest of the islands as well. A few pictures there taking you through Mahe. So that's Victoria, our capital, our little Big Ben again, a very, very colorful market. It's a must-see, very vibrant, lots of color, great place to mingle with locals, to try some of the local delicacies, which you may not otherwise get to try. The top of the market, the top floor is reserved for sort of curio shops, local arts and crafts and things like that. So clients can buy bits to take home for souvenirs as well. Lots of activities as well. I've got your zip lining and things like that, rock climbing. A lot of old style architecture still exists in the Seychelles as well, which many have been converted into museums or restaurants or places of interest to visit. Our Takamaka Bay Rum Distillery is another very popular stop on Mahe. Great way to spend the afternoon sampling local rum. I should warn you, it's quite high alcoholic content, so be warned. And some 65 beaches, as I mentioned, across the rest of the Mahe as well. And then on to Praia. And Praia is a lot less populated, so only some 8,000 people on Praia. So very, very lush still, very green, very undeveloped, which is great, very authentic island again. And the middle of the island is pretty much left to nature, and most of it forms part of the famous Valley de Mai, which is one of our 2 UNESCO heritage sites, and where you will find our famous Coco de Mer nut. It's the world's largest and heaviest nut, the rudest shaped nut as well, I always say, as you can see in the bottom image there, rather suggestively shaped. And it's especially funny when you know that this nut grows off the female plant. And if you look to the other side of the screen, that's what grows off the male plant. So there you go. And then also on Praia is a famous Oslasio, which is frequently ranked one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. This picture really doesn't do it justice. It's a vast, expensive beach, powdery white sand, very fine sand, very safe swimming, calm year round. And just off the picture there's a little very rustic foot in the sand type restaurant as well, where clients can be fed and watered. It's a great way to spend the day. And then it's also home to our 18-hole golf course, part of Lemuria Resort, Costas Lemuria Resort. So if you've got keen golfers, that's the island for them as well. It's a championship golf course, which PGA Championships was actually sort of terminating their tour there up until COVID hit a couple of years ago. So yeah, for keen golfers, that's the island for them. And lots of other things to do. I won't take you through them all because I'm conscious I've got a time limit. But then onto La Digue. I should mention actually as well, Prala is a great island from which to take in some of the small satellite islands around it, where there may not be accommodation base, but they make great day excursions, be it for bird sanctuary, diving in the marine park, or tortoise sanctuary, for example. So lots to do off Prala as well. And you can even visit La Digue as a day trip from Prala, but I think La Digue is well worth a stay in its own right. It's a tiny island compared to the other two, but it's the 4th most populated island in Seychelles. Very, very laid back lifestyle here. Time has stood still on La Digue. Main mode of transport is still, ox carts and bicycles. That's your high street in the middle there. That's your high street on La Digue. I should warn you, very, very warm, chatty locals on La Digue, but you do not start a conversation unless you have a couple of hours to kill, because they can talk. And some stunning, stunning beaches on La Digue. When you see pictures of the Seychelles with these big boulders rolling into the sea, more often than not, they've been shot on La Digue. And the most famous of these beaches is also d'Argent. It's still the world's most photographed beach, I believe. So yeah, as you can see, there's some stunning, stunning rock formations. And then the Coraline Islands, as I mentioned, they offer a completely different experience to these larger inner islands. Here, you'll have only the resort, and most of them are about 20 to 25 villas, very small resorts. And the rest of the island is left to conservation. Clients are encouraged to get involved with whatever the conservation project is, be it waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the beach and see turtle hatchlings, coming out and tagging them or whatever. It's a very sort of immersive experience. I have a colleague who likes to say that, we've got these little grass landing strips on these outer islands. So coming in on our little 25-seater twin otter planes and landing on these grass landing strip is an experience in itself. But amazing, amazing islands, these outer islands. Great for honeymooners because they're obviously so private. The villas, most of them have their own access to the beach. If you don't want to see another person that day, you don't have to. Amazing for children as well, because there's no motorized vehicles, so the kids can pretty much run wild on these islands, which is great. So I think I've touched on some of these points before, but just briefly go over them again. So why the Seychelles in general? Obviously a wide range of accommodation. We're well known for our sort of budget busting 5-star resorts, but there's also some, smaller boutique properties, perhaps lesser known, but just as beautiful. And for a fraction of the budget. So really don't be put off if clients have a little bit of budget limitations, because there is something for everybody in the Seychelles. Our environment, a lot of emphasis is placed on environment. I think that's probably still our key selling point, is the fact that we are still so, undeveloped, still so authentic, very green. 50% of land mass and waters are protected. An amazing flora and fauna on offer here, from our famous rude nut to the world's oldest tortoise, Esmeralda, who is at the top of the picture there, over 200 years old, and despite the name, is actually a boy, so I'm not sure what happened there. Rather confused tortoise. We've got the world's smallest frog, which fits on your thumbnail. Thousands and thousands of species of bird life. So if you've got keen bird watchers, there's an island dedicated to birds, Bird Island in Seychelles. So if you've got keen eco-travelers, this is a great destination for them. Very briefly touch on Aldabra. That's our second UNESCO heritage site. It's the world's largest raised coral atoll. And then the culture and the people in the Seychelles. So we don't have an indigenous people of the Seychelles. It's a melting pot of cultures and traditions. Very peaceful, very vibrant nation. This sort of melting pot of cultures is taken over into our cuisine as well. So we have fusion Asian, French, European cuisine, quite spicy. But yeah, lots sort of very, very good to encourage clients to get involved with this sort of local cultures and things like that, and lots to see on offer there in terms of culture as well. Walks and trails, perhaps lesser known, but amazing walks and trails in the Seychelles, especially across the islands of Mahe, Prala, Silhouette Island, and different sort of what should I say, expertise levels, you know. So you've got very easy walks over, you know, smaller hills to lovely beaches below, or you've got proper rocky climbs into the mountains where you get to the top and you've got this amazing vista. So something for everybody. And you also get to see these sorts of pictures of the Seychelles, which are not always, you know, as known. We're well known for our beaches, but the inner islands are also stunning with these sort of waterfalls, rock formations, and amazing greenery, flora and fauna as well. Lots of year-round activities: diving, snorkeling, fishing, you know, all the water, expected water activities. If you've got really, really keen divers and snorkelers, October through to May is probably the single best time of the year to do that. And that's just because the sea is calm at that time, so visibility is at its best. Fishing, again, another year-round activity. Because we encourage ecotourism and things like that, we operate catch and release. So often you'll be asked to catch the fish, take a picture, and then you'll be asked to release it back into the wild. Very well known for weddings and honeymoons. Weddings in the Seychelles are legally binding, so you don't have to come back to the UK or Europe and do it all again. They're recognized once you get back, and you only have to be in the destination 3 days prior to exchange legal documents and such. But yeah, you can get married anywhere, on the rocks, on the beach. You know, you can get wedded on one island and honeymoon on another. So lots of options there. And I always say, get married and then you come back 5 years later with a boatload of kids, because it's a great family destination as well. Very safe, very outdoorsy destination. Like I said, many of the outer islands don't even have internet and phone signals and all that. So it forces parents and children and families to reconnect. Very multi-generational. There's something for everybody. No nasty diseases to worry about. So you don't need to get, you know, a million shots before traveling as well. And great sort of family rates and offers as well from the different hotels. Just a quick mention of the new activities we have in the Seychelles. On Prala Island, we now have skydiving as well. So for your adrenaline junkies, that's one to consider. Little bit about, you know, a COVID update. You know, all the information is available on our travel advisory website. That's you can see on the screen there. But it's the usual 72 or 48-hour PCR test before traveling, and then to fill in the locator form. On the ground, it's business as usual. You're still asked to wear masks in public places, but other than that, you're not restricted to any you know, resort or anything like that. You're free to go out and explore an island hop, and you know, pretty much as it was pre-COVID. And I think that's it. I've got a very quick video. I'll just show you to show you've heard enough of my voice. So I'll let the video do the talking. And that's us in a nutshell. Thank you very much.
Super, thank you very much, Eloise. Wow, so we've had some amazing presentations today, so lots and lots of fun in the sun. So we have got a quick question that's just come in for you. I think you've mentioned pretty much everything else on your presentation, so we've just got the one. Is Mahe the best option for families with teenagers?
I wouldn't say, I mean, I think Prala and Ladig have just as much on offer. you know, as I said, you can be as active or as non-active as you like. Mahe, you'll get the activities, the sort of more structured activities like your zip lining, your wall climbing, things like that. But in terms of other things like, you know, your diving, your snorkeling, your boat rides to different islands, your fishing, these sorts of activities are available, you know, across the islands of the Seychelles. Yeah, I guess it depends on the activity, but there's something pretty much on each island.
Super, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to see now who's been listening. So as you know, every single person on the webinar is entered into a prize draw, and we do a spin to win, but we do a little bit of a question round just at the very, very end, just to see who's listening. And obviously the questions get harder and harder every single week. So if everybody can go to chat for me and make sure that your drop down does say everyone. And literally the first person with the correct answer gets entered 10 times into the spin to win. And just to confirm, the 2 winners from yesterday were both the winners of the fastest finger round. So Neil, you're here. Good. Okay, so Eloise, you were the last speaker. So yours is going to be the easiest question. So what is your question, please?
Okay, let's make it a super easy one. What is the national language of the Seychelles?
Do they have to get the whole thing?
Yeah, it's just it's just one word.
But it's just one. But there's a type of it. So just the one word. Just the one word. Okay. So Daryl, yes, of course, it's Creole. The second word is there's a certain type. What was it? Say something or other. A certain type of Creole. I think it was on your presentation. It was
Seychelles Creole, I suppose.
Seychelles
Creole, Seychelles.
Seychelles is just Seychelles. Yeah, it's just Seychelles in Creole.
That's what it means.
Yes, Seychelles is Creole. Seychelles in Creole.
Brilliant. So, Daryl, you are entered. You are the winner of that round with the fastest finger. So, well done, everybody, for that one. Okay, Luke.
Hello.
Hello.
Make it a little bit harder, this one. I mentioned 4 movie stars started the Planet Hollywood brand. Who was the only female?
Oh, I know this one. Okay, so Marina Demi Moore, that's
right.
Exactly correct. Just writing your name down. Super. Okay, well done, Marina, and well done, everybody else. There's lots of correct answers with that one. So well done, everybody.
Guys. Well done.
And last but not least, Shanika and Donovan.
So I mentioned that Jamaica has 6 resort areas, but which 3 did we focus on today?
So you want all 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
Okay.
A lot longer for people to type.
No. Okay. Will you accept Ochi MBJ, which is obviously the airport code, and the grill?
Yes. Yeah.
You'll accept that. Brilliant. So Aletta was the first person with the correct answer. So of course, Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, and the grill. So well done, everybody. So you 3 guys are all entered 10 times into the spin to win. So good luck with that. I'll announce it on Facebook tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And a big thank you to Eloise and Karen, Luke and Shanika and Donovan. It's been a pleasure having you with us to tell us about the fun in the sun options at your resorts and destinations. And we'll see you all next week for the next webinar. So thank you, everybody. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
See you soon, everyone.
Later.